Everyone loves the idea of free travel. Free flights, free upgrades, business class to Europe for just points. It feels like you've hacked the system. But here's the uncomfortable question. What if airline credit cards are actually a worse deal than simple cashback cards? Not emotionally, not aspirationally, mathematically. Today we're going to look at the declining value of airline miles, dynamic pricing, regulatory scrutiny, and then run real numbers for a typical consumer. By the end, you might look at that shiny travel card in your wallet a little differently. Let's start with psychology. Travel cards don't sell math, they sell aspiration. They sell the Italy trip, the airport lounge, the feeling that you're part of a secret club that knows how to travel hack. Cashback cards don't sell a dream, they just quietly deposit money into your account like a boring, responsible adult. But here's the key difference. Airline cards lock you into a single ecosystem. If you're earning American, Delta, or United miles, you're stuck shopping in that store. Cashback works everywhere. In fact, surveys show that roughly 70% of Americans prefer cashback over points. That instinct makes sense. Flexibility has value, and flexibility matters even more when the value of miles isn't stable. Over the last decade, airlines have shifted toward dynamic award pricing. That means the number of miles required for a flight now fluctuates based on demand and ticket prices. There used to be fixed award charts. You knew roughly what a flight would cost in miles. Now, the same business class seat that once cost 60,000 miles might cost 80,000. Or 120,000, or something completely different next Tuesday at 2:17 p.m. Premium cabins and partner redemptions have seen especially sharp increases. Mainstream financial reporting has documented that miles are losing value over time as redemption thresholds rise. Put simply, a mile tomorrow often buys you less than a mile yesterday. That's not an accident. Loyalty programs are billion-dollar businesses. Airlines often make enormous revenue selling miles to banks. In some cases, they make more money from financial partnerships than from flying passengers. So the incentive isn't maximizing your redemption value. The incentive is maximizing card adoption and engagement. That's also why regulators have started paying attention. The U.S. Department of Transportation has requested data from airlines on devaluation trends, redemption pricing, and transparency. That tells you this isn't just travel bloggers being dramatic. There are structural shifts happening. Now, let's make this real. Let's use a median-ish consumer who spends $25,000 per year on a credit card. Groceries, gas, insurance, streaming services, random online purchases you barely remember making. Scenario 1. A no annual fee airline credit card. Assume most spending earns 1 mile per dollar. Maybe a little more in certain categories. Let's say they earn 25,000 miles in a year. If we value those miles at about 1.2 cents each, that's roughly $300 in theoretical value. And that's assuming you redeem well. Now, compare that to a simple 2% cashback card. $25,000 times 2% equals $500. Guaranteed. No searching award calendars, no blackout date surprises, no wondering why Tuesday costs 18,000 miles and Wednesday costs 37,500. Just $500. That's a $200 difference in favor of cashback. Now let's add the annual fee because many airline cards charge around $95. Same 25,000 in spending, same 25,000 miles, same $300 in theoretical value. Subtract the $95 annual fee. Now you're down to $205 in net value. Meanwhile, the cashback card still gave you $500. Now the gap is nearly $300. That's meaningful. That's a chunk of a Roth IRA contribution. That's several months of groceries. That's real money. And here's another subtle point. Airline miles require effort to maximize. You have to hunt for good redemptions, be flexible on dates, understand partner transfers, avoid devaluation traps. Cashback requires existing. Swipe, earn, done. Now, to be fair, airline cards can make sense. If you fly one airline frequently, the free checked bag alone can offset the annual fee quickly. If you're chasing elite status and truly use lounge access, that has value. Sign-up bonuses can absolutely be lucrative, but long-term, everyday spending, for the average consumer, the math is much less romantic than the marketing. Airline cards sell the dream. Cash back quietly compounds in the background like the responsible friend who doesn't post travel selfies but somehow always has money. Airline credit cards aren't necessarily a scam, but they may be less flexible, less predictable, and less valuable over time than a simple cashback strategy. When you combine dynamic pricing, documented devaluation, regulatory scrutiny, and revenue-first loyalty programs, it becomes clear the emotional appeal of travel cards may exceed their long-term financial value. If your goal is financial efficiency rather than aspirational branding, cash might quietly win. I'd love to know, do you use an airline card, and do you genuinely feel like you're getting strong value from it?